Welcome to Attention Talk Video, where we pay attention to attention. Now, here's your host, Jeff Copper.
Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and attention coach, Jeff Copper. I'm really grateful for the people that follow my channel. I like the activity. I like the questions for the most part. I also like that people are pretty open-minded. I'm okay with anybody on my channel criticizing as long as they do it in a respectful way, or you can disagree with me or you can disagree with others, but respect that everybody else has got their own vision interpretation. And I do like when people make suggestions, and I did get a suggestion from at Sand, SANDEEPR 5007. And the question was, can I make a video on prospective memory? Issues to how to overcome them. Prospective memory is kind of like, how am I going to remember this into the future? I actually was coaching a psychiatrist one time. By the way, I've coached a number of them. They're great. I love them. It's interesting to me because I think psychologists, they're harder to coach, but I do think there's a disproportionate number of people that are psychologists that actually have ADHD. But anyway, I'm talking to a psychiatrist, and what we used to talk about is the idea of sending herself a text. Like, imagine she's got to go see her doctor on Thursday. Today's Monday, and the appointment is at 2:00. And the idea she would program. And by the way, this is kind of, you got to go into Google and do a bunch of stuff. So just how to do it is past me. But she would program to have a text sent to her at 2:15. So the doctor's appointment's at 2:00. She's going to have the text come to her at 2:15 with the questions that she's supposed to ask the doctor. What we talk about in the coaching world is, I've got to get a message to my future self. How do I do that? And I think, and I'm not 100% because I'm having to infer a lot from the person's comment, is they're looking to, like, how do I deal with the challenges of prospective memory? And like anything else with ADHD, it comes back to problem solving. It comes back to things that are multifaceted and ambiguous. It's about planning what you're going to do. So it's in the moment, this psychiatrist sat there and said, I have some questions that I need to ask of my regular doctor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule a text to my future self. I'm going to schedule it now. I'm going to send it to my future self on Thursday, because it's Monday, to say, self, listen, ask the doctor these questions. Now, that basic understanding goes with other types of reminders. You could sit there and say, okay, I want to tell my Alexa, remind me on Thursday that I've got to take the dog out, or something like that. The point of this is if prospective memory is the trouble of retrieving this, you've got to externalize this. You've got to find other things that are going to bring it to your attention at the point of performance. On theory, that's relatively easy. If it was simple, you would have already done it by now. What works for you depends on your own individual behavior and the habits that you have. I've got some people, digital means is really helpful. Other times it's not. There's a lot of people that will do a lot of reminders using Siri or Alexa, something like that, but they all kind of come in one time when you can't do anything about it, and they don't write it down, so they kind of evaporate. Other people are more strategic about it. They've learned the technology and say, remind me of my shopping list. And I do think that you could do things like program Siri to remind you of things when you're going by the store. Like, if I got to get a piece of plywood, let me know when I'm going by Home Depot, and it'll happen. But that gets kind of complicated for me. Other people, it's really about paper, having to write that down and carry it around. Or I've had people before where they made to-do lists via index cards. So you might have a to-do list for work, home, errands. And the cool about index cards is you can move them around, and they would have them in stacks and have rubber bands around them, and they would kind of carry them. And so a lot of people with ADHD, I got lists all over the place. Well, for some people, this mechanism of using index cards is better than actually having the list, because you can move them around. You can sprawl them, where if you just have a list, you have to carry the list all around. Now, understand what I've said. There's a digital means, there's a paper means, and an index card means. What works is going to depend on that particular person and their own individual type behavior. How do you figure that out? Well, if you listen to a lot of my channel, I spend a lot of time, don't look at your behaviors wrong, begin to understand why you do it the way that you do it. In fact, I've got a program, it's a new ADHD intervention called Cognitive Ergonomics from the Inside Out. That's an observational training program to begin to observe ADHD on a more factual basis and begin to understand why you do what you do so that you can figure out how to improve your performance, which, by the way, all the clues to what works are in what you already do, not what the book says you do. So let's go back to the point. Prospective memory. It's basically sending a note to your future self. If you had good prospective memory, you would remember at that point in time. So you have to begin to own it. You have to begin to think, how can I get this note to that person? By the way, I've had other people too where they write stuff on Post-it. All the Post-its go into the kitchen. There's a big island, kind of like a hub system. I'm in Tampa. If I got to fly anywhere on American, I got to go to Charlotte or I got to go to Dallas and then go where I'm going. So all the Post-its kind of make it into the kitchen counter. Then they get sorted. Like some might have to go into the bathroom on the mirror. That might be like things for the morning. Then they have stuff that has to go to work. And then they have some stuff that goes on the refrigerator for shopping. Again, that's a system of trying to get, I'm writing it down right now. I got to get it to my future self. So I'm going to write it, stick on the island, and it's going to get categorized and it's going to be taken off to wherever its destination is. So a lot going on there, I understand, but practically, if you can figure out a way to make that happen, it will. So number one, thank you for the post, the comment. I hope this is somewhat helpful. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We try to provide practical information regularly. If you're a regular listener, what are your thoughts? Do you have a clever idea that I didn't share? I'd love to hear that. And then, as I've been recently, please just make a comment like, yay, whatever, or like. We're trying to make sure that my channel stays high enough above the fold so that people can get to it. I'm slowly losing more and more followerships because of entertainment. And I don't know who it was, but somebody made a post. He's, oh my God, you're right. I'm spending more time on other people's channels. I'm getting entertained, but it's not really helping me. I'm really trying to stick as true as I can to try to provide stuff that's not sounds really good, but actually deal with like, this is actually harder than you think, and give kind of practical advice. So with that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.